Can't turn back now. We're live. Hello. Welcome to game 21 of the Winter Tournament. My name is Guerric. We're joined today by co-commentator Waterman. I need to point the other direction.
Hello. Nice to see you again.
Hello. We have some wonderful competitors today. We have the one and only BotBot.
Hello.
We have... Oh, you have more to say?
No, that was it.
That was it. Okay. We have Mike.
Hello.
We have Reds.
Hello.
And we have Purple.
Hello.
Two color players. Not going to be confusing at all. It's going to be fine. I'm just kidding around. The draft has been dealt. Y'all have been briefed with everything you need to know. So everyone, good luck. Have fun. I'm going to go on mute and let y'all get started.
All right. So I have to do my favorite part, which is picking the map.
All right.
All right, and we can see the initial spread of factions so far. Guerric, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Hello.
We have a Harrier game incoming, potentially.
Which means this is going to be a hairy game.
Inconsistent recently, but with Harrier in the mix, I mean, you got to think that's an attractive option.
Oh, of course, of course.
I'm going to do summer.
Summer map, okay. Summer map has been very popular this tournament.
Guerric, you may be muted.
I'm muted? I thought I unmuted. I'm unmuted
boy,
there.
This is
It was me. Sorry.
Fun.
It was you.
group of factions to play.
Hey, we got to figure it out. I was talking.
I want to say that I'm
We're all good now.
analyzing these factions and thinking, what should I pick? But
I was just saying summer map is very popular.
no idea still.
I'm gonna do the ill-advised but probably predictable move of taking the Harrier.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that definitely seems like a good choice.
There's
Even
too
on a
much
map that's as connected as
tension
Automap,
going
it's still
on with
nice to
those others.
teleport.
Yes, it is always nice to teleport.
Do you think we're going to see a Lizards game today, Guerric? I know we're choosing factions now. but
Marker.
I know Lily would hope
Don't
that.
forget those.
Looking at this faction
You
mix,
kids at home. Don't forget.
I'm not opposed to it. Except the Harrier pick makes it a hairy choice.
Twitch chat directly.
Yeah, definitely some risk
Yeah.
involved. I
Don't
think Woodland
forget
Alliance
the
is a pretty
flash.
natural fit for this map,
Yeah.
Just gotta move my.
depending on that starting
Where's
hand, of
my- Oh, there
course.
she is.
And I mean, almost definitely a Duchy pick as well,
I'm gonna
right?
take a bath in the river.
Probably. I would be surprised if it doesn't get picked.
And I believe that's
Yeah.
everything.
How are those quests looking?
All right.
Oh, quests are not terrible,
This
but not
is quite
amazing.
An interesting choice.
Interesting.
I think I want to go with
Harrier does
Moles.
start with the coins for almost no reason, I would say.
Oh, yeah, I don't disagree.
Remember how to set up molds.
All right, we got that moles pick, just like we expected.
Mhm.
So homeland clearing.
I mean, I would say the one thing that might make a Lizards pick somewhat appealing is the distribution of suits here, right?
Right, I
Hannah
was
and
looking at that.
Cancun are
Okay, let's
Mouse
set
and
up
Rabbit,
an
which is quite
list
useful.
clearing.
Yeah,
I need to.
there are
put
some
two warriors
great
and
spots for
and
lizards if they
then
want it. I just don't know if the faction mix supports
5
it.
Warriors and adjacent clearing.
It's just so scary to have.
Right.
For some reason,
that
the
Harrier
setup
lurking about.
gives you 6 warriors. So you have to put one back in the box, and it's
Oh yeah, they're commenting on how there's
yeah, it always has bothered
the different number of warriors for ad set versus normal setup. So when you're doing ad set, you have to put one warrior back.
Right.
Yep, that looks even. And the rest is all set up.
So, okay, we have BotBot as the Harrier, and Red's going with the Duchy. I think this is actually kind of a big moment. Based
Oh.
on Mike's hand, he's going to go with the Alliance. Okay.
Not a big moment
Really
for him. He
quick.
just picked it.
Really quick.
He-
Immediately knew that's what he wanted. Yeah. Sitting on a Corvid planners, perhaps.
All right, so now the tough choice of cats versus lizards, and I think cats are probably the safer one. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Could you imagine with lizards just trying to deal with sympathy and the Harrier and trying to slow down the moles? You'd be the faction in charge of policing everybody, and it would just not go well.
Yeah, that would be awful. I will not imagine that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think we have a decently balanced game here. We got two army factions, the Cats and
Yeah.
the Duchy. We got the classic insurgents in the Woodland Alliance, and probably the one of the 2 strongest vagabonds in the game. So, going to be a little interesting. Now that we've got Despot Infamy, I expect to see maybe some slight differences in the approach from BotBot. But
yeah, I hope so, because even with a murder death ball like the Harrier, I think you're still going to need to change up the play style to take better advantage of questing and aiding than they otherwise would have needed to before. So I'm expecting to see that from BotBot, given he's an experienced player. But we'll see.
Yeah, he's got fundraising as one of the starting quests there. And given that he had first pick and went immediately with Vagabond, do you think he's got a T in that starting hand?
Ooh, I would be terrified if he does, but that would be great for him.
Yeah, I mean, there are 3 copies of T in the deck, so it's not unlikely that one of those would have filtered into your starting 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this one.
Lily immediately very upset that
yes.
Hotbot's going with the Harrier. So 1 year ago, Guerric, the Harrier was known and feared in the Root community for being a slayer of giants in the tournament. The reputation of the Vagabond as a scary faction, I think, persists, but this tournament has kind of forced Vagabond players to explore kind of less aggressive options in terms of scoring points, going for more of like a
eerie in this game. We
trail mix of point scoring
completely original cast before.
It's been a refreshing change, I feel.
Yeah, definitely more interactive than usual, I'd say.
Well, it's funny because it's if you look at it sort of objectively, it is less interactivity because there's less like interfaction policing going on, and the Vagabond's mechanisms are very heads down, solitary. But it has made the games more entangled in an inverse way because the Vagabond is not needing so much attention.
Yeah, maybe giving a little more space to the other factions to get established, do their thing. Let's talk about this Cats deployment here. This looks like a very kind of classical Cats opening on the autumn map, right? Taking the top right corner, planting a sawmill there, and the keep in the corner. And we do have the recruiter starting in that center right clearing, which I actually like as a choice. I think that's a nice offset to the duchy. It kind of signals that the Cats are going to want to open up space in the south part of the map, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's a strong starting position. That puts a little pressure on the moles and softly reserves some other clearings across the map.
Just keeping their options open. With the Vagabond in the game, I think that actually does help the Cats quite a bit because those central clearings are going to gain a building slot here after the next couple of rounds.
There we go. Oh, and I need my point tracker. It's important.
Squidmark making a prediction in the chat saying that because Despot Infamy has impacted the reputation of the Vagabond in this tournament, that the Harrier is going to be left alone too much rather than sort of appropriately punched.
I don't know if I've seen the meta shift enough for that yet, but it's certainly a possibility.
Yeah, I feel like even in this environment, the Harrier is still quite strong.
Yeah.
Alright, so in Birdsong, I get 1 wood.
My real question is, what do you think the duchy approach is going to be like? Are they going to go with buildings right away? And sort of say that, oh, by the time this Vagabond gets online, it's going to be, easy to defend a citadel in a market? Or are they going to go for something a little more indirect?
I think they could afford to try a swole strategy that attempts to race. I think it's you almost wish the Harrier was going first so you know what their first ruin item is.
Yes.
We are going
because that's hard to make a plan without that knowledge.
Yeah.
Get an extra wood. Build a sawmill. For a point.
Alright, building the sawmill in that central fox.
Bird card to build a recruiter.
Oh, and the recruiter.
For another point. That's 4, so in evening I draw 1 card.
Are there... No, okay, there was a march I missed. Got it.
Okay. So, I mean, that is probably the clearing
Okay,
to
I'm gonna
get
start
set up
by
in, right? A
spreading
bit of a
sympathy.
bulwark against the moles, I'd say. Although I maybe would have liked to have seen some grip over that southern kind of central rabbit clearing.
Yeah, I would have liked to see
along the
those
river
buildings split up and something down there. One of the two. Probably the recruiter? I don't know. I could be convinced either way.
Yeah, I mean, typically with the cats, you want to build as far away as possible and then kind of backfill as the game goes on, because since you've already got some control over those slots. I like the Woodland Alliance deploying on top of the duchy. That's quite annoying to deal with.
Yes, that's always a good sign for the table balance.
Man, what are you up to?
I just want to say, hey,
Mole harassment.
Yeah, this is quite annoying for the moles to deal with. I think the Alliance is accurately identified.
Kind of weird, and that's
a
how
major
it worked out
threat
with my
here.
supporters.
Yeah.
You are very weird.
And a sympathy in Texas. You know, that's never a bad thing.
No, it's
Well,
not.
I guess I picked the wrong place to start in.
The moles really don't want to give up a card to outrage, especially not on turn one.
No, yeah. I mean, the cards are so precious early game for getting that action economy online.
Supporters.
You really can't afford to give up any of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, mobilizing all three hand cards into the supporter stack.
Love to see it.
I tend to prefer that, yeah. It can be tempting to hang on to cards, but you just got to get that engine going right away.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, so much of Root is about building momentum, and holding back even one card as Wooden Alliance just hurts your momentum so much.
And now I get to think what I do with these two actions to battle 3 sympathy. Yes, totally.
Red's already in a
This is
pickle.
interesting.
You'll love to see it.
You do. That is where you want to see moles.
I think the Duchy's probably got the most homework of any faction so far. The cats, they did their standard opening. Got a nice kind of even deployment.
I'm gonna recruit twice. Leave that sympathy be for now.
Okay, gonna go for the immediate sway, it seems like.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You can
reveal 3 cards.
You may end up losing one clearing to a revolt, but you're gonna have your brigadier. You're gonna have your recruits hanging out in the burrow. There are worse ways to handle this problem.
Yeah, potentially kicking the can to the Harrier to say, hey, you deal with one of those sympathy.
So I just draw 1 card and end my turn.
The problem is positionally, check it out, the Alliance is in Texas and that's a Fox clearing, but then he also has 2 clearings that are mouse that are sympathetic. So it's either a Magic Christmas Land Revolt or a base in Texas. That's 2 terrible
it is
choices to have to make, you know?
That's a good point.
I'm liking the Alliance's position so far.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That being said, the cats have a nice presence too, so martial law might get going here sooner than expected.
I want to go here. I'll slip there. I'll flip the torch to reveal.
All right, big moment.
Item.
It's a boot.
Hey,
it's a boot. The Harrier doesn't start with a boot, so this is actually fairly helpful.
Yeah,
I would say, giving them that early mobility to, for instance, deal with the sympathy token. Not this turn, obviously.
All right, an aid. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Thank you very much.
The 1 point. Oh, need my relationship markers out here.
Chat, Guerric, I have a question for you. How cute do you think the Harrier meeple is?
I think it's okay.
Yeah, you think it's okay? But the freckles are so cute.
The freckles are cute, but I don't know. The general shape doesn't quite do it for me.
It's complex, right? Just see a bit of that tail poking up. It's like a 3D.
Yeah. I'll use my move.
It's just a slightly weird composition.
Here.
Yeah.
And then I will draw 2 cards.
Interesting move.
All right, heading down into this Fox clearing. I guess he's just trying to get away from any potential pressure from the cats for some kind of battle, for example.
I mean, it might also be.
I don't think.
No, that theory's not the one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has some sort of reason.
He could refresh 3 items in Birdsong, so I guess just using that to head to a less populated clearing.
Move again.
But he's not defenseless, so.
We're gonna build.
Not sure. Not sure. Maybe he's going to hold off on exploring the
workshop.
fox
2
clearing
points.
directly north for a moment, and instead head over to Texas on his next turn.
And
That's possible.
A little bit of a boomerang pathing for that, but I don't know.
So here's a question for you.
From the cats.
Well, so how
Martial
much
law going immediately.
how much do you like seeing the warriors withdrawn from the edges like this?
It
Start by
really depends on the faction mix. In this specific mix, I think it's a tough choice because you want to prioritize stopping the alliance by getting martial law going, but you also don't want to waste
Those duchies are gone.
a tempo moving your warriors out just to have to move them back in later in the game to reclaim those clearings. So it's a tough balance. But seeing this base placement, I kind of I think they've made the right choice in this specific instance. But it is going to require some bird cards later on to get kind of positionally an advantage again.
Well, it seems like some of those marches were intended to set up martial law, and this base location
we're not going to spread
nullifies that. Because
exactly.
No crafting. I'm going to add my card to my supporters.
Yeah, the cats or the duchy is going to have to park on top of that base, and then the harrier is going to have to crossbow and something. It's going to take some teamwork to handle this, I think.
Root is a co-op game, right?
I'm just noticing, though, there's this cat in the clearing with the tunnel with a sympathy token, and the cat is totally content to just let that sit. Letting the duchy suffer in terms of movement for the opening portion of this game.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, Squidbark, sorry, Sea Coyote pointing out in the chat
now
that
in daylight.
While it is alarming that the Woodland Alliance has a base in the center of the board, in probably the most connected, powerful alliance clearing on the map, that potentially could shift attention away from the duchy, who could slowly gather some steam. Yeah, we'll kind of see how the table balance shifts. It really depends on how people respond to this immediate threat.
I think as my action, I will actually battle this sympathy.
Okay, so you get rid of that sympathy.
Yeah, so there's a world where Mole sets up shop in that clearing, hidden behind the Wooden Alliance base.
So using that as a bit of a shield.
Yeah.
Right.
So you remove the sympathy, I get 1 VP, and I give you a card.
Yeah, hurts to lose the card so early. But that being said,
as my second action, I
prevents a potential Magic Christmas Land revolt.
Yeah.
It does.
And protects your tunnel, your only tunnel at the moment.
So if with a movement
so as
action,
the second action I built in that mouse clearing.
Ooh, sitting on a Master Engravers.
Wow.
And setting up shop in mouse. Yeah.
So now I can do actions of Swayed Ministers.
Could offset the risk that comes with crafting those mouse items for the harrier.
Yeah.
So I want to move these 4 guys from the
Terror with an early T is quite scary as well.
And then I'm gonna move here.
Look at this table. I'm so proud of these guys. The martial law is so impressive. We've got
no, I'm
5 clearings with martial law, all surrounding Texas. Oh no, sorry, that northern rabbit clearing does not have martial law yet.
Some squire.
Would you rather see formal or martial in this situation?
Why not?
That's a good question. I think I would say formal, honestly. He's got
then this bird card gets
the ability to build in a lot of these clearings.
Get these 2 back into my hand.
And since he's drawing with markets so much, like
after that, I
think he can afford to get a bit greedy here. It doesn't really seem like the cats can easily access any of those buildings.
Yeah, I think I kind of would have preferred formal as well.
Yeah, kind of capitalizing on the alliance's strong positioning by saying, deal with them or deal with me.
I'm going to slip here.
Oh, is this round 2?
Exhaust my torch.
This is round 2. End of round 2.
To get myself
Lily asked me to,
hammer.
actually, she asked you to track this, but I didn't tell you, so I'm going to track this.
And 1 point.
All right, picking up the hammer. Yikes. The Vagabond will get these starting items eventually anyway, but seeing a hammer so early, especially now that the harrier has a boot and can reposition.
Yeah. I mean, that's where it's all about momentum. The earlier you get that hammer, the more you can use it, the more it gets you more items that you can use, etc., etc. It snowballs.
Yeah. We got to see if Bot is
The
willing
sword.
to
And this boot.
make himself a target now or wait until a bit later. Oh, going to instead aid the cats twice.
To aid the cat.
Interesting.
To bump
That'll
up that
be
relationship
2
track.
points.
I like the heavy aiding.
This is super interesting. I mean, this could be inviting an early battle as well, just to prevent the allied status, right?
Right. I mean, the cats almost need that because if they don't, this can either
Yeah, I don't think
open
there's anything
cats
else
up
I'd like
to
do, so-
Harrier racing by aiding or using allied movement to just soften up buildings, which is
yeah.
always horrifying.
Ah, so scary.
Take two cards.
I think this is a bit of a delicate position for the Woodland Alliance, though, as well, because specifically, the Harrier has that crossbow and sword combo right now, so
Yeah.
it can
Alright,
kind of
I'm
easily
going
whack
to
through a lightly defended
swap meet
base.
with the
Gotta be a bit
moles.
careful.
I just grab a random card.
And 50% shot of a second sword
Yeah, just
incoming
take
as
a
well.
random one.
Oh, sorry, forgot to flip it.
The nice thing with the crossbow and the Woodland Alliance as well is as soon as you crossbow down an Alliance warrior, all sympathy becomes worth 2 points, which is a huge benefit
Yeah.
to the Vagabond.
That can be
That's the-
so crucial. There we go. That's the word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, closing out a game just got that much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get 3 actions. What do I want to craft? Hold up. I'm not gonna craft for now. I will.
Cat's sitting on a full hand here, deciding whether or not to craft.
I mean,
Maybe
they've been
holding
given
off.
enough cards by Harrier. It's making their job easier.
Yeah, potentially crafting.
I will.
Guess a boot with their one
do
rabbit crafter.
Twice.
Oh no, they've got
First
2 rabbit crafters.
Yeah, they have
already.
2.
Could go with
Here
coins or
for
something.
2 points.
Maybe the cats are
and
waiting.
then
Not gonna put a target on their
sawmill
back just
up
yet.
there,
I think there's value in
2
that.
points.
I mean, that mouse clearing
then
looks
I
so
will
far away
spend
until you remember that
this
the Harrier has a
card
torch and can go literally
put-
anywhere.
Right. You have to look at the map completely differently with Harrier in the game.
All clearings are 1 space away.
Exactly.
And that's that. So I will move into evening, in which I'll draw 2.
All right. I mean, I have to say every player is playing a bit flexibly, and they're making good moves so far. It's hard to tell who has the biggest
Okay, I'm not
advantage
gonna
right now.
revolt.
But Guerric, do you have a sense of who's coming out of this opening ahead?
No, I mean it's like you said. They all are. They have strong openings. They're playing competently. This all is good stuff. I mean, if you put a gun to my head and told me I had to pick someone, I'd maybe say Moles. But I mean, everyone's looking in a good spot.
Absolutely, yeah. This sympathy in this rabbit clearing is going to be a bit annoying to deal with because you're just under that threshold of martial law,
Yeah.
and yet it's still adjacent to the base.
Twice here.
Hard to know. Hard to know which is the best kind of place to move into.
Ooh.
Here, I would like to see the cats eventually start moving into the south of the map.
Wooden Alliance
sitting on
pitching
that
the
hammer.
anvil.
Yeah.
No, that's my hammer.
I know I've been hiding all your items from you.
Bot distraught. Alliance up to 3 officers.
And
They are
organize.
officially a problem. Ugh,
Like they
again,
weren't
it's with
before, but
moles.
yeah.
This is so brutal for them. Rocking 2
I'm gonna recruit for the
rabbit
last.
sympathy. So depending on this card draw here, we could see the Alliance start to get in on this crafting game.
Yeah. God, this is a really tense opening.
All right. So 1 warrior goes into the burrow.
Again, I do feel like
And
moles are under some pressure from
I
the
proceed
Alliance in
to
this
daylight.
opening.
For sure.
Even though at the same time they're using them as a shield against kind of potential cat pressure. So in the early game they can build up kind of for free.
I thought you did.
Their card economy may
You thought I
suffer a
did get
bit
it, or
because
you
of
thought I did
outrage.
forget?
You did get it.
Okay, thanks.
I think the one saving grace for moles right now is there's no sympathy in their market clearing. So
Yes.
they can afford to maybe take a trade in the other clearings if a revolt ends up
I only
happening or
have
something.
2 actions,
Right.
but there are like again so many options that I'm not exactly sure what I want to go for.
Yeah, I definitely sympathize for sure.
That's moles with sympathy all up in their business.
Yes.
Yeah, there is so much sympathy in my clearings. That is not exactly a comforting sight.
I tell you what, go take out that base and problem solved.
That is really expensive though.
That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to come for my base.
And the table talk has begun.
Yeah, it's really expensive to do. I think I'm just gonna.
But it would be very funny.
But what do the duchy
Not
have?
really.
The duchy are rich. The duchy can afford it.
Yeah.
Look at these
not
cats,
right
though.
now. I still need cards for my economy, and I don't really want to spend all of these cards to just give supporters right now.
It's a good point. It's one of those things where, like, if as soon as you remove a sympathy, you're fueling their engine
So as
because
the first
respreading
action,
is
I
the thing that gives them
think
points.
Right.
I'm going to bow this sympathy.
Okay, but getting
Do
rid
you
of a
ambush in
sympathy
bunny?
in a clearing
No
where there
ambush.
already is martial law
Okay,
kind of helps
I
to
don't
beat the
think-
curve
I
a
don't
little bit.
have to. Okay, that is 1 VP, and I give you a card.
And it's right at that 1 to 2 cost threshold. So that's really where it's most expensive for Wooden Alliance to rebuild it.
Definitely.
And I think as the second action, I will reveal a bunny card and build a citadel in a bunny clearing.
Yeah.
Well,
That is not
see, I
bunny
think I
card,
would have
mouse. I keep-
preferred to have seen a
I keep
formal here.
confusing those two.
yeah, I would have liked a formal
So that
here
was
so
built
you could
in
free up your second daylight action. I don't
Yeah.
know what Marshall
Two
gets you right
actions. I
now
get to
that Bridget doesn't
use
handle at
the
this
Fleet
moment.
Lords.
Yeah, not sure.
How do you
Yeah,
feel about that
you
Market
could-
Citadel split?
It's very kind of
This is
classic moles,
mildly
kind of signaling
annoying,
that they might be
but
more interested in
I
getting
think
out
it
on the
could
map
work
to
with
pressure
this.
the cats
Mm-hmm.
in using dig at some kind of crucial
So
moment here in the
I
future.
honestly just have
If I were to pick a target for
Just the
dig, I would
removes.
say that top clearing in Canada seems like it would be a good contender,
so first
Um,
Marshall.
as well
I
as
make one
potentially
move
that mouse clearing over to the right
from
in
the
the
burrow
middle.
into
Yeah.
a clearing.
Those
with
are
a
kind of
tunnel,
like key
and
clearings
then
for the
I move
cats to
these
hang
two
on to.
warriors twice using the formal.
Because just recognize, with Texas in the control of the Alliance, if you were to take out that clearing in the
Brigadier?
middle right in that mouse
Brigadier,
clearing,
yes,
that splits the
Okay.
cat's wood
using
in
Brigadier.
half.
So I now can sway a mole, but I actually don't.
Ooh,
No
missing a
sway
sway
this
this turn.
I get my card
Ouch.
back. I draw 2
Yeah.
more, and I end my turn.
The Alliance doing an amazing job of
Alright.
just making
Refreshy,
sure that the
refreshy,
moles can't
refreshy.
take an optimal turn. Yeah, very tough.
And first thing I will do is I will slip over here.
Mafifum,
Checking on
the
the
clearing that the
systems,
Harrier is
see
slipping
going
into
well.
right now is Texas.
Looks
And
like
Canada
the
is
up,
the
that's good. Spreading the word.
mouse clearing near
Hey,
the
look,
bottom of my
it's a
screen
little
right now,
bag.
up at the top of the map.
And I will
Yeah,
give myself a
Granitop pointing
point to
out that we
exhaust
didn't
that
see a
torch
craft of Master Engravers, even though
before I
the Duchy does
forget.
have 2 crafting pieces in a mouse clearing. It seems like that'd be a
And
very
then I
natural
will exhaust this
continuation
boot
there.
I support not crafting it yet because
to move up
you could
here.
still use it for swaying next turn.
And
Uh,
use the hammer.
It's so funny because I think we saw the cats
Craft
shade their
this
crafting
boot.
as well.
Yeah.
So I think everybody's being a little cagey about what it is that they can put onto the table just yet.
For 1 point.
The maneuvering has begun. I love it. Yeah, I mean, also could just be hanging on to it in order to complete a sway next turn, right?
Yeah. I mean, you could still use it to reveal and then craft it next turn.
Now what?
There's no urgency necessarily to build it because I doubt. I mean, he wouldn't be able to craft anything else right now, so it doesn't have an immediate use. It just seems prudent to keep it in hand at the
Just
moment.
don't have anything I can
Right.
quest with. That's not good.
And a round 3 here. We're looking at BotBot's Harrier turn. He's made it up to this rabbit clearing.
You could aid me if you'd like.
And he crafted a boot.
Yeah, I could. Don't know if I.
Be nice.
I mean, I'd like to get something out of it. So maybe you craft a card or something.
I would if I could.
The Harrier likes having boots.
Well, you can't craft
but
the
does
one I
not
gave you
strictly
earlier?
need them to get around. We take a
She
look
got
at
Is that Mike? Oh,
You
The
have given
quests
me one
here.
actually.
Yeah, that was to the Marquise.
sorry. Confusing voices.
It really does seem like the Harrier can stay a
Well,
little bit
but he
central
did
while
discard your
moving
anvil.
about and completing those quests once he gets a
Hey,
hold
don't bring
of
that up.
that second sword.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have tea. I have 3 items exhausted. So I think since there's really nothing meaningful to do for points, I'm just going to go ahead and take my 2 cards.
Okay, a bit of a
Thank you
risk
for
here.
not, helping the cats again.
Could help the cats again.
Yeah, just chilling on that sympathy.
Yeah, that looks like a big target to me for a revolt. Got 3 supporters there. I don't know.
I'm not gonna swap meat.
I think it was intended as a conservative play to just maintain your action economy for next turn, but yeah, it could really blow up
Right.
in his face if that sympathy blows up in his face.
Yeah, I think you could have easily just used another boot to move over to the keep.
That would have been threatening to the
Ooh.
cats, though.
Points.
I mean, I guess so. He's
But yeah,
been
that
waiting the whole
coincraft.
time, and the cats would have
I'm going
hopefully the cards to use field
to-
hospitals. But here we go. The crafting has begun. The cats take a pretty decisive lead after that.
What am I gonna do?
See, it's interesting because now here in round 4, see, I'm keeping track, Lily. If the duchy decides to
I'm
craft
going to
master
send all
engravers,
this
it will
wood,
seem like they're just keeping pace instead of pulling ahead, which I
build
think
a
is a
sawmill
bit of a PR victory.
for 3
Mhm.
points.
All right, we're seeing more sawmills built, which I am a vocal fan of.
First.
Yeah, this is nice.
We are going to
Just looking to build another sawmill and kind of just
what are we gonna do?
double down, right? Build up the economy.
That's what I would like. But I guess cats need to decide if they want to deal with that sympathy right now.
We're going to recruit.
I think it kind of I'm not sure that they would mind so much losing that clearing, because look, one of the adjacent clearings is the keep, so you can't spread sympathy there. The other one is a duchy corner that already has sympathy, so I think positionally that doesn't really do that much for the alliance other than improve their card draw and maybe reinforce Texas, but it would still be fairly vulnerable to the Harrier. So in a way, it kind of ties up some resources for the alliance without contributing too much in terms of positioning.
And it has the nice byproduct of hurting Harrier, and you already got your coin craft off, so you don't necessarily need that workshop at the moment.
Yeah.
Instead of marching, I'm just
Bonus
going to
is replacing that workshop
Mm.
actually gets you 2 points for 1 wood. So that's a trade that
no
they will
ambush.
take any day.
Yeah, but they're removing it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess better safe than sorry, but there's no martial law, so it's going to be easily respread.
Yeah. I was pretty on board with the leaving it there, but fair enough.
Yeah, maybe they're just looking ahead one turn when the Harrier opens up that ruin, gives them a building slot to work with. I don't know.
What are we gonna do about these cats?
Team effort. You've been harassing the moles with your sympathy. I think it's time to go the other way.
I don't think harassing is the word. I think I just maybe I just was there and they were there.
Entering my movement, I think is the right term.
My cards are your cards.
There's so much martial law going on.
I think I would rather stick to my own cards. So my cards are my cards.
So cats are in that classic conundrum of being a frequent points leader in the early game,
The right supporters.
despite having trouble closing often. And the table is reacting. Are they overreacting?
Okay, we're gonna spread sympathy.
Ordinarily, I would say they're
No, we're not.
overreacting, but in this case, the cats have crafted coins. They continue to maintain 2 rabbit
I am
crafters, which
surprised you're
is
not spreading
a bit of a
sympathy.
threat.
I'm stuck.
No, I think you should be able to spread
The
them to
cats
this
are
bunny.
linear
That might
scorers,
be the
so
only clearing. I'm just
we won't see them
double-checking.
explode to a victory from this position. But
Well,
they are
everything else
really, really
has
entrenched,
martial
and the
law.
moles are
It
pretty far
does.
behind if they are trying to race.
So it's kind
Yeah.
of expensive.
I would not be surprised to start to see the Harrier go hostile
No,
this
I can
round.
put one here.
But it's a bit hard to say. The keep is looking a little vulnerable
So I'll spend 2.
once the Harrier grabs that second sword. But hopefully he's got the cards to make it work.
All right, spreading down toward the cats.
All right. Makes sense. Just want to connect up with
That is as
this
far
clearing
as
in the
I can
south
go
that has no
until the
martial law.
daylight.
And harasses them in a clearing they maybe care about more than the workshop.
Well, you anticipated that eventually the cats are going
I
to move
can't
out of that
craft
clearing
anything
either
from
to
Vagabond.
the south into Cancun or maybe to take over and camp on that base in
Mhm.
Texas.
I'm going to mobilize
You
everything.
may see
from
one
my
or the
hand.
other. But yeah, the cats have a nice lead, and I think it's a legit lead, not just a lead on paper.
And I have 3.
Yeah, I'd agree. The table
What are the
should
chances that they craft coins again next turn?
that would be pretty exciting if it happened.
I'm going to take a move.
Yeah, the keep may look vulnerable, but the Harrier may do well to just take out that workshop. But again, even that helps the
I'm going
cats
to
a little bit.
organize.
Get a slight edge.
The big problem there is Harrier has sort of chosen cats as their big aiding faction. Do they want to give that up and go
gonna
hostile
recruit.
now?
It's hard to say. It really depends on the
And
positioning
I'm
of
sure
the
you guys will
duchy
leave
and
me
the
alone
alliance
because
at the
I'm
end of
trying
this
to go
turn.
for the cats here, you know? We can make a team effort, like you said.
Oh boy. The alliance leaving their base defended by one
All right.
warrior.
I think
Saying to the
Yeah, I
Harrier,
don't have
"Come
any
get
plans
me,"
to go for that base.
but that's
I
going to
also
allow
really
the cats
appreciate
to
like
get
having a
too
warrior
far
there,
ahead.
just so I can use fox
it's greedy,
put
but
one
it's
there, I
it's
will
the
go.
it's the type of greed that relies on the
Put
table
one in
to
there
be
costs a
responsible, which
card.
is always
A fox
interesting.
card that
It
I wanna
asks a very
use.
important question of this
But
table.
Fox card
Yep.
lets me go for the cats too, a little bit. It helps me get out of this corner I'm in.
Yeah, that is true. It's still quite expensive on the moves. I'm
It's-
not exactly sure.
It's like an investment for your next turn.
So because I'm going to draw 2 cards, I still need to spend 2 cards.
Here's the thing, Guerric. I think I would like this move from the alliance more if the clearing that they decided to sacrifice this defensive posture for was any
Alright,
other suit.
So my 2
Currently,
actions
there's just no threat of
will be
revolt here,
recruit.
so I don't
and
know
then
why the
dig.
sympathy needs to be protected
I will
so bad.
spend
I agree.
matching the bunny suit
It's
to put
a somewhat odd play
and
in that
move up to
context.
4 warriors.
Oh, we have a dig heading into the middle and taking over
Don't
this
flop.
clearing with the rabbit
Here, okay.
workshop.
So that card is spent. Okay, that was 2 actions. Now I can do a couple of things. I can take a move.
I'm not convinced this is really the target you should be going after.
Yeah, that requires removing martial law from myself. I just realized.
I could promise not to spread into you next turn.
Okay, that works.
Here's the thing, Guerric. I just don't think that
Okay.
Okay,
clearing
so-
is that important to the cats.
Right.
Using
I don't think they
martial.
really care about losing the
So
building
because
in
I
that
moved
clearing.
into sympathy.
If anything, it maybe is helping them out by opening up a slot and an easy build that's worth points.
And they can easily reinforce from the keep. I
Right.
just think that by cutting the wood in half in that kind of middle
Alright,
right
and
mouse
then
clearing, I know there's
Mhm.
more
using
warriors
PvP,
there,
can
but I
do
think
2
that's
battles.
maybe a interesting try. I don't know. It might be too easy to get bogged
first-
down there, but
Yeah, I will battle the cats. Do you have an ambush?
oh no. Ouch.
Ooh.
I don't.
Yeah,
for it.
that hurts.
That hurts
really
a
hurts.
lot.
Alright, so I need to do a second battle. Well, I think it's about time I remove this sympathy then.
All right.
So that's big
Go
for
for this
cats.
sympathy here.
Ambush.
I was
Okay,
actually kind of
so
expecting an ambush
sympathy
there.
is removed. I get a VP that. Nope, that's the wrong score marker.
We could both get half a VP if you want.
Okay, have this.
Has to part ways with a hand card as well. That's quite annoying.
Yeah, that's
Definitely is. Okay,
what
now
a costly turn for
reveal
moles.
2
I don't.
cards.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And sway. Sure, why not sway 4 mole?
Yeah, I think we could have seen that earlier as well,
That will
but
give
I
me
still
1
like it. I think it's good.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
just.
put cards back into my hand.
I'm so worried about their pace.
Flavors.
And since they went with a Citadel instead of a Market, they're not drawing up
I will draw 2
enough
cards, and I will
to
end my
to
turn.
to
Alright,
accelerate a
free
lot.
refresh.
You know.
Yeah, well, we saw that the kind of the point behind that Citadel was to
And
make this
I
sort
will
of
not slip, but I will
attack
take
using
this.
dig, right?
Right.
Like a kind of surgical strike,
myself a
and it just did
sword.
not work out. The ambush was good. The roll was
And 1
was
point.
not what they had hoped
2
for.
swords.
And
Yeah, I
will
think this is
exhaust
looking a
that
bit
torch.
thin for the Duchy. I mean, they are glad to have the extra recruit, I think, given this board state, but yeah, the hand has just been whittled down so much by the Alliance that it's hard for them to find their
I'll
footing.
flip this boot. Come over here.
Ooh. Ooh.
Flip this hammer. Craft this crossbow.
Oh no!
Oh no.
And get 1 point.
You know, something we didn't mention is that there's a couple of copies of crossbow in the deck as well as
And then I will
tea.
pop both of those cats
And-
with crossbows.
Ooh, okay. Well, let's do them one at a time in
Uh-oh.
case field hospitals is a thing.
Yeah, that's important.
So the first one makes you hostile with the cats,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yes.
the second one gives you a VP.
The second one
no.
doesn't because it has to be in battle.
That's right.
And that was a
Ah.
crossbow.
Okay.
And then I will flip a sword.
Yeah. Do you use field hospitals?
Okay. Yes. Good. I'm glad someone asked.
Yeah, I was I was sitting here like, do we hear field hospitals?
1 card saves 1 cat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the cat.
Ooh, spending a bird.
Spend
Right,
a
I'll flip a
bird,
sword
that's
in
so
that.
rough, but I think this might be the way to kind of preserve
Whoops, that's
their
not
cardboard.
Well,
Just
so
change.
the danger of this I was
They
going
rolled
to
a
say
0-0. Wow.
I was going to say the danger of this is it could allow the Vagabond to get more points from Infamy, but it turns out it's just going to work out.
Oh my god. By the
Are you gonna
hair
field hospitals
of
that
his
one?
chinny chin chin. Purple escaped the wrath of the
Alright, I'll
Harrier
draw
after
2
2
cards.
crossbows and 2 battles.
Wow.
Wow. It cost them a bird card, which is horribly expensive for the cats, and it's going to mean that they are going to need to reposition in a big way on their next turn.
Yeah.
They are so lucky that they go immediately after the Harrier. Wow. That was a big moment.
That
a
was.
big moment.
Get wood at each sawmill.
Whew. Yeah, I feel nervous nervous for purple there.
I would roll a 0-0.
I'm not gonna
Poor
craft
Bot.
anything.
It was the right idea.
I'm
I had
going
mentioned this too, like
to-
maybe storm the keep.
Yeah, no, it was the right idea.
Yeah.
Just the dice did not
We're gonna
follow
take
through
a
for him.
Move.
Yeah, very tough. Do you think we're going to see a battle against the Harrier this time?
Ah, that's a good question.
Take a move.
I mean, it's certainly not what cats want to be doing, but it might be necessary just to try and slow the Harrier down a bit.
Makes sense, yeah.
Um,
They're going to want to build though as well, not leave that
we
wood
are going
too
to
exposed.
battle the vagabond here.
Okay,
Okay.
no, they're going to go for it though.
Paul ambush.
Oh,
Ambush! Oh no!
field hospital.
Oh, this could
Yeah, you can use. field hospitals.
backfire.
Oh, 2-0.
2-0. Ooh.
I would have.
A 2-2 or a 3-3 or a 3-2 there
Oh, you have 1. Okay.
I
would have been devastating for the cats.
Yeah.
They would have had to spend another March action. It would be
damage a boot.
real scary. But okay, so Harrier under a little pressure now.
Um,
After a very peaceful opening.
Hmm.
Choosing to damage the boot. Logical. Harrier can fly, so why would you ever walk?
I think I just have to move again then.
Yeah, this is an interesting point. Here after round 4 is complete, the Ruins Parade has reached its natural end at the keep. And
I'm sorry. Important.
oh, he had another rabbit card. No way, he held on to
Then
that.
evening,
Wow.
two cards,
Interesting.
And I
Wow. Oh, the bravery
turn with
from
no
purple
build.
there.
Over the
a lot of
Moro.
wood out there.
Granatap, to answer your question, yes, you can field hospital during battle. Ambush is its own separate timing window from the rolls, and you can do it immediately.
Yep.
Nice.
I mean, from this point on, the torch is essentially like a super boot. So
I get 3 points for that.
Juicy revolt.
whew.
But it also had the byproduct of allowing cats to reinforce their keep a lot. I was actually a little nervous at how soft the keep looked until that field hospital there.
Yeah, it's a big move.
Squidmark, I don't believe cats built. No.
No, that wood is still lingering, and part of the reason why
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
Alliance
spread some sympathy now.
is so happy to revolt there.
Yeah.
Although I will say, positionally, I think that revolt is significantly stronger than the potential one they had in that northern rabbit clearing.
For sure. This is a much better location.
Yeah, this is very scary. The moles might temporarily have a little bit of a break, but it's this is looking good for the Alliance again suddenly.
Yeah.
I don't know, Guerric, everyone's playing such a good game.
I know, it's and they're going so quickly. Like we can't sit here and like go deep into everyone's turns, but they're all just playing really strong games. Smart moves.
Okay,
This
what
is
daylight. I'm going to add 1 to my supporters.
Okay. 4 officers. I got 3 supporters. This is what it looks like for the Woodland Alliance to have a
And then I have,
very
I have 4
stable
actions.
kind of initiative going on right now.
yeah, it's a great spot to be in for Wooden Alliance. Squidmark, I completely agree. The upcoming mole turn is so pivotal. Moles almost need to be more greedy than they have been.
Because they're not experiencing any pressure from the cats. Like the cats are just happy to sit and build. And I think the moles were kind of maybe playing a bit defensive, kind of expecting some of that pressure to come at them. Like they held off on crafting master engravers.
I will do a move and organize.
Okay, and here it comes. Now we are definitely trying to tax the cat movement, and
I draw 3 cards.
I think the Alliance is kind of banking on the fact that cats are going to try and re-expand to the south after this turn.
I still don't know what that one warrior in that fox clearing is doing, though.
All right, so in
It's hard to say.
I will recruit 2 warriors in the burrow.
Because the cats never need to move into
And
that
then
clearing
on
is
to
the thing.
daylight.
Right.
I think this will have to
Like cats don't move, they sit.
turn from me.
Yeah.
I kind of like lost all of my cards last turn. Bit overspent.
Yeah, and there's no threat there either, right? They already have a fox base. That sympathy is just hanging out
Right.
being a sympathy.
Exactly sure I
It's
wanted
almost a
to-
non-factor in that regard.
Right.
You can
Yeah,
score
that's just
very
a
big from those
babysitter.
stats.
Not really.
Granatap,
Like,
if
if
the
you
Woodland
spend
Alliance
the
crafts a
card,
favor,
right,
I
I can
will
replace
lose my
that
mind.
I
like, thought it was in a
Why
different
not
deck.
just aid
Like,
me for a VP.
I guess they somehow did it.
Because then I don't get an item.
the heart of the
But
cards.
you get a VP.
Hmm.
Items is really what it's all about. I don't know. I
Plus,
mean,
you have so many items though. How many more do you
Well-
really want?
The game is a race to 30 VP. Is it really all about items?
I thought it was a
I
race
know,
to
is
30
it?
items.
Yeah,
I think pretty sure it's 30 items. First person with 30 items.
And
I
ultimate.
must be
table-
misremembering then.
Putting pressure on
Taking all the
Reds
items
to
in there.
be careful about crafting items, even though
Definitely
Master
don't make any
Engravers is sitting on the table right in front of him.
I think I will just recruit at least once. What will be my second action?
Guerric, are we going to see another market this turn?
Ah,
I
Or do you
didn't
hang
even
on to
give you
that
any
card to
sympathy this
sway
turn.
Mayor?
Yeah, I noticed. So I'm considering my moves. And,
I'd almost.
unless I want to balance.
This is kind of where I wish the markets had been grouped up in the first place, because now you could maybe see like a greedy double build
I will recruit
of
again.
citadels or something in
So
that bunny
daylight,
clearing
I
at the
will recruit
bottom.
2 recruits.
Right.
Then using Marshall, I will.
Because I don't know that you need the actions at this moment. You need the card draw more than anything.
Here. Flop.
4 moles.
Oh, nice. Able to
Same
reinforce that
thing,
clearing with a
same
move, which is
thing.
pretty handy.
Words are hard. Words are hard.
New clearing now has martial law, which
And
is nice.
I will use Formal to reveal a card to place a building.
And with formal, of course, you can reveal any card and build in a clearing your rule. It does not have to match suit.
It's gotta go into here.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like that location.
Mm-hmm.
I never like setting up shop in a single slot
I
clearing.
actually think I want to
moles if
sit
you don't have to.
Market there.
Ooh, I especially don't like the Citadel.
Oh man, I think you need the cards right now.
Yeah. I mean, you've got Master Engravers. Your game plan is to draw as much as you can and craft what you can to maximize points.
This engine is a little bit at odds with itself, I would say.
I will use Brigadier to make 2 moves. I will move once, and I will move twice.
Okay. Creating 3 clearings with martial law for the price of 1.
Right? So
a bit efficient, but it feels a bit bad to get stuck guarding
I don't think
a 1-slot clearing.
I don't have that many cards in my hand, and I want to craft one of them, so... Yeah, this card goes back into my hand, and I craft boat builders.
Oh, okay. I don't know how much that's going to help you in this specific spot, but... You know.
It's kind of interesting.
That base is just
2 swords,
1 clearing away.
This hammer.
Here's the thing, though, Guerric. Looking at this slot in the south, the one that I've named Cancun, that's got 2 paths connecting it here. I think there's some end games where the cats can use a march.
Well, do you want the cats to just
get a minimal number of cats into that clearing and build for the win after they've done like a little repositioning?
And that's sort of another reason why I would have liked to have seen moles set up shop there, because it's the soft denial in that future scenario.
You're expelling bandits, and you should be expelling cats.
Yeah.
All right, we're seeing some questing by Harrier.
Personally, I am in favor of letting cats win. I don't know about you guys.
Little bias.
And then I will.
Cats have only won 1 game so far in the tournament. So
yep.
A little bit of meta sympathy going on here.
All right, bag craft. Little heartbreaking for the moles.
Yeah, every item they see slip away is points they are not scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
And then I will flip the coin to aid the duchy.
Oh, thank you.
For 1 point.
Vagabond is happy to score the points. The duchy is extremely happy to have another option on their turn.
Yeah, that helps moles out a lot.
And I'm still waiting for some aid.
Draw 1.
And Botbot had 4 cards, so sacrificing that card draw to gain a point, that's a decent deal.
Yeah, taking a look at the map right now, I want to ask Guerric.
The Vagabond.
This is round 6, right?
Oh gosh, I stopped tracking. Yes.
Who's in the lead here?
Here we go.
I mean, ostensibly cats, of course. Looking through the surface level read, things are looking good for Wooden Alliance, I think. Moles,
I'm trying to agree.
Moles are like a turn behind. Vagabond is really struggling without that T. And cats aren't in a bad spot, but I don't know if it's quite as good as Wooden Alliance.
The thing is, they got 6 wood to work with this turn.
Be another big
True, this could be a big jump.
Yeah, they can score 2 points for a workshop. They can build another sawmill.
Maybe we need to get a prediction done before this turn advances much farther.
And we'll take. That's it. That's the only move I'll make.
We could see cats break 20. think we
I'm
will.
going to build a workshop.
Yep, logical.
Here for 2 points.
Double
That's
rabbit
2
workshop there,
in yellow
just
again.
maintaining that
And
crafting
I will
threat.
build
Interesting.
A sawmill.
I mean, it is kind of a funny misdirect in a way, because like obviously
Yes,
you need to
for 3
prevent the
points.
cats from crafting to win, but you're also not attacking anywhere close to
And
their
then I
economic
will
center by taking out those
draw
workshops that are now pretty heavily
2
defended.
cards.
Yeah, like if left alone, it could end up being a clutch craft, and if
Cats are at
attacked,
20 points.
it's targeting something they don't
Yeah,
actually
that's
care about. It's
Right.
a pretty
Let's
cool
give it some
move.
Points.
I like that a lot. I like that a
I
lot.
hope we can
Creating
get some
multiple
points
threats
next
at the same
turn.
time.
Yeah,
And hanging on to 2 wood at the keep.
I'm thinking
This
if
is
I
a great
spread
position for the
east
cats.
south, that will let you go around.
that's a solid turn.
Cats.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, I
leaving
mean,
the
you don't
sympathy
really have a
alone,
choice.
making
You'd
it a little
have
tough to
crash
Yep.
spread
one of the key
anywhere.
clearance.
No, I think that's very smart.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wish I
Probably
could
that,
do more.
Probably that top mouse would be good because there's a recruiter and a sawmill.
Plus, you have boat builders.
And at this
Mhm.
point, the cats have such a force built up that revolting in that central
Okay, I can't
right
revolt.
mouse clearing doesn't even slow them down that much. They
Yep.
can just spread out immediately.
And I don't think I can spread.
Yeah,
Okay.
so things are looking pretty dang good for the cats.
Although the cats did take a mouse ambush from me, so that should be noted.
Interesting.
I'm also noticing they have the 2 crafters in yellow again. That might be a nice spot to hit.
Oh,
Just hoping to maybe
table maybe
stop
taking the
coins
bait.
or a coffin makers
Yeah.
or something.
It's a tempting
Oh, no.
lure. Like you
I
do want to
didn't even
prevent
think
the
about that.
obvious crafting
Well, the
threat.
deck is flipped, so it must be in someone's hand.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
no-
it yet.
Just noting that there are multiple copies of coins floating around in the deck.
Yep.
3
Okay,
copies,
nothing
in
for my
fact.
birdsong. We're gonna go to daylight.
Question for you: do you think the Harrier is too far behind to make up the ground at this point? There's no T. They're gonna have only refresh 3 items this coming turn.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Harrier. It feels like Harrier and Moles are both just on too slow of a clock for the pace of this game. And sometimes I feel that there's a way to slow the game down and get those factions in the mix. The cats have such a strong empire at the moment. I don't know that you can effectively slow them down enough.
Yeah, and their positioning is good too.
Right.
They have so many building slots that they can just get free builds in 3, in fact, without doing anything.
And I got 5 actions.
Like, if this game could slow down by a turn or 2, I think VB gets in the mix a bit, but I'm just not convinced it can happen.
It would take a heroic effort from everybody. I think gunning for
So
the
I'm gonna
cats
move
makes the
and
most
organize.
sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think Wooden Alliance's game plan here is to get the table turned against cats, do everything they can to hurt cats, and then slip in a win after cats have been policed.
Unfortunately, there's no threat of revolt there.
Yeah, just pointing that out. This kind of key triple
Still
build
moving
slot
into
clearing.
that would be very annoying for cats.
Yeah, I think this
don't
game
really
is
need to
partly
move
the
into it,
story
though.
of a table responding
moving
really
in there
well
would be annoying for
to
me then.
the Wooden
Yeah.
Alliance. No one coughing up
unfortunately,
unnecessary
I was thinking
outrage.
about going
Mhm.
bottom, but I don't know if it doesn't affect the cats at all.
It really doesn't.
You kind of have the sympathy around them other than that top mouse.
I know. I wish I could get there right now.
This is a situation you almost never
They
see,
take
which
my
is like,
boat
oh, the
building.
cats are
Yeah,
able to
but I
craft
just kind of can I
faster
pay you 2 for
than
a
my
ride there?
threat.
Yeah.
I feel like the cats are always
buy
like,
my
oh, I just
wares,
drew the card. Now
get
I can
river
build
boats,
the workshop,
definitely
and
the
then
right
it's just a
faction.
whole turn
That's right.
later
Maybe
that
you could dig me a
anything
hole
can
and
happen.
take me through there or something. Okay, I'm gonna move, organize again.
See Coyote pointing out in the chat that the cats did miss a build 2 turns ago when they decided to battle the Harrier at the keep, and
Yeah,
they in
recruit
fact
for my
did
last one.
lose a sawmill and a wood token to a revolt. Do you think the cats are missing those, 2, potentially 3 points
draw 3 cards
here at this stage of the game?
I mean, certainly they're missing it because if you didn't gain points, then you're missing them. But I think Cats had a pretty big swing that last turn, and they're set up in a great position.
Moles, you could go into
coming into their next turn. So I don't know that it actually had a large effect on their game plan.
Then it's really hard for them to.
They seem to have kept a pretty decent pace despite that slight loss in tempo.
To get there. Okay, so I recruit 4 warriors.
Yeah,
and now
I think
they
I agree.
Need to consider what to do.
It's hard to say. Do you think attacking the Vagabond bought them enough table cred to survive and get into a place where they could restart?
Oh, quite a lot of sympathy and a lot of supporters.
And I have nowhere to go.
I don't know.
And so you can still you can organize move.
You're right. You should take out some of my sympathy and give me some cards.
All right, Guerric, you're the moles here. Where do you attack? What do you do here?
Then the cats could win.
It's
a
great question.
Can I ask you to take out a sympathy or 2 maybe?
I mean, obviously the goal is to hurt their building ability because building is how cats win. And in that perspective, that top mouse clearing is the most lightly defended sawmill.
That's the thing. I need to really at least punch the
problem is I don't know if moles
Don't worry about the Woodland Alliance.
can coalesce enough of an attack force while maintaining their action economy to assault anywhere
buildings,
important.
Which makes them pretty easy for them to throw a couple points.
And it's just so close to the keep that it'd be reinforced
so they
instantaneously.
I could see them having a
right. I mean, it would have to be an all or nothing assault where they successfully remove it this turn for it to have any effect. And it's having the byproduct of opening up slots, but I mean, if you remove that sawmill, you deny some wood.
It could have 2 builds.
Maybe there's a world where you coordinate with Harrier to assault the keep or something.
Risk it all on a keep assault. What do you think, chat? It's easier when it's other people's meeples.
They have 4 warriors already. I think the correct move is to dig.
Cats need 10 points. That's right, Squidmark.
And I will have to pay a card.
Yeah, let's see if we can math it out a little bit.
Okay, want to count my actions first and then see if I can recruit as my first action.
What about that top clearing? And then you don't
that's
have
enough to win. A sawmill, a recruiter, and crafting coins is exactly 10 points.
That would
so they're threatening the win on their turn. The table has to do something.
Or if you're going to spend a card to come to me anyway, you could spend a card to dig and get the cat somewhere else.
We don't know that they have coins. To be clear.
If you rule this one on the far right, that would stop them from building.
And even if they don't, or if they lose those workshops, I mean, they're still in a great position to win on a 2-turn clock.
You don't have to fight them. You just have to have more. You just have to have
the coins are just that ephemeral threat where you have to risk. You have to take into account that risk.
That's right. The action's gone. Then they leave another space a little less defended.
I think this game may have actually come down to that ambush, that bird ambush that the cats played against the moles.
Yeah. No, I said it at the time. That was kind of clutch for cats how it worked out. It really diminished some of moles' presence and thus policing power.
If they get a 3-point,
they just kind of
building in coins. They have it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's definitely more than enough.
Barney, it looks good for Wooden Alliance. It looks better for cats. There are a lot of sympathy tokens on the map. The table has learned not to remove them and make Wooden Alliance's job easy, which is really limiting how much Wooden Alliance can do.
No, and then they have, if they have that coins.
What are the odds the Alliance can spread 3 times and craft enough to win next
deck
turn?
has flipped. Somebody's
It's a great question.
Those coins.
Mafie fam, let's check it out. We've got 5 supporters.
So I could just craft and deny them.
They're going to need at least 3 of those to spread to a clearing without martial law. And 4 into a clearing with martial law. So at most they could spread 1 time if things stay the way they are.
How many coins out there?
It's going to net them 4 points.
I think there's 3, right?
And as long as they can move and organize,
there's only 1 card in the discard,
so they could.
Oh, okay, so it's back in the deck.
Yeah.
Potentially 8 points.
Sorry, was there 3 or 2 coins in the deck?
Without a Corvid Planner's Craft, I'm not sure how they would access any other clearings, though.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they have this Rabbit clearing in the south.
Sympathy right in your way.
If everything works perfectly, they could score 12 points.
I mean, you're also already in that clearing.
That's pretty good.
12 is good, but it's not.
Hit 'em and then hit 'em.
Well, they need
Yeah, I
14
think
because they're at 16.
Recruiting here.
Yeah,
would be
so
correct.
craft a tea.
That saves 3 points, but
Have the
it
perfect
doesn't
supporter
save the
stack.
7.
Could maybe do it.
No, that's right. But I mean, if we take out a crafter, at least we've stopped the coins craft.
Yeah, table kind of debating the
He's gone very
merits
quiet, so I wonder if we're onto him here.
of coins.
You know nothing.
We are in the end game now. It is either the
Alright,
cats or the
so
Woodland
as
Alliance.
my
Garric,
lord
let's put
just
that poll
running
up.
ahead,
I already did. People have betted already.
move and take 2.
Oh no.
So right now, while I have 2 actions,
Let me
I
take a
think
look at what
possible.
the
I
predictions
think
looked
my
like.
first action
We had
is
5
spotting
predictions
clearing.
for seats 1 or 3, and 3 predictions for seats 2 or
Okay.
4. However, the 3 voting for 2 or 4 bet a lot more money. Twice as much, in fact. 4.6k versus 2.3k.
Nice roll.
So fewer people confident in seats.
you want a field hospital? Those cats.
Was it 2 or 4?
Mm-hmm.
2 or 4, but willing to put more money on it.
That one clearing is gonna give Bonbot so many points.
Yeah, the Harrier is happy to
But
clean
I
up
don't
that
have
cardboard
tea,
for sure. So
so-
maybe sniping the win from the cats here, king slaying a bit.
If I had to guess, I would say the yellow ambush is in the deck right now, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think that the mouse ambush is the only one in play. Alright, so that was 1 action. That was 1 battle.
Over the
I
Moro,
mean,
you
the
missed
most-
gambling.
As
What were you saying, Waterman?
If the moles
I will
persist
check the
and
clearing exactly. Okay. As
No,
my
they're not
second
gonna battle
action,
anymore.
I will.
as I say, if they insist on trying to take out these 2
Yeah, I think I have
workshops,
to dig there.
I
I will spend. Can you drag? Okay, I will spend the
don't know.
card.
That could mean that they
to
could convince the
place
Harrier
a
to take
tunnel.
out a base or something.
Oh yeah, that does have sympathy. Okay, I wanna undo that. Unfortunately, I kind of do have to dig there.
Go to that top clearing, I feel like.
Yeah, I still
Again,
dig there.
removing 1 wood does keep the cats from immediately
Alright.
winning the game.
So
Right.
dig and move warriors into there because I move. I have to give sympathy.
Ooh boy.
You can take this card.
This could actually be a bit nice from Reds, only because
Yeah,
now
that's fine.
Botbot may be forced to deal with the
You
Alliance
sure?
instead.
Yeah, that card you can take it.
Is it good?
Not sure. Doesn't
Not-
look that good.
Not my supporters, it's not.
All right. So that was 2 actions. Battle and then dig.
Yeah, and the Alliance really wants
now-
to spread into a mouse clearing anyway to help them on their path to victory, so this is a big risk.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Hey,
can
Time
use
Roller.
a Marshal to take a move. I will move 3 guys into here. So I could move them into this mouse. That'd be useful? Not exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Katari, round 1 winner in the chat.
That
See
is
Coyote,
true.
round 1
Okay,
winner
yeah.
in the chat.
In mouse they go.
Time Roller,
So
this
that
is
was
with
1 move. Now
all the
over
expansions,
here
including the
now.
upcoming Marauder expansion.
First battle in this
Go for it.
mouse. Okay. 2-1.
All right. Showing off the
Second
muscle of the
battle.
duchy here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Second
Field
battle
Hospital.
also there.
Okay.
Okay.
Have fun with my 1 recruiter.
Yes, so 1 VP.
Like we had mentioned earlier, though,
Okay.
this is a pretty important clearing for the cats, because look, now they're wood in the north is
so-
separated from the wood in the south, making it a little awkward
I will
to
not use formal.
rebuild.
will-
But
Reveal 3 cards.
Well,
With that force of
true.
keep.
Get my
There are
second
enough cats on the map still that I don't think it's hard to move some in and reclaim
I
control.
return these
of that
cards into my
clearing.
hand.
Certainly, you'd have to pay the Alliance,
I
which
will
is
actually
not
craft travel
ideal.
here.
But I don't know that it's
Gives me 2
the
victories.
most effective policing. But it's
Man,
it's
this
better
is-
than nothing.
These cards get discarded.
I'm noticing with that movement into the
I will
north
draw
there,
2 cards and I
the
will
moles
end
have
the turn.
left the top left without any martial law. So Woodland Alliance path to victory seeming pretty easy, or at least
Yeah,
easier than it was.
It's opening up as this round goes along.
Win on my turn.
Yeah, one craft, and we could see Mike take it, and another Alliance victory in this tournament.
I guess the big question now is whether BotBot goes after Cats or Wooden Alliance. Which does he perceive to be the threat that needs policing?
Does the Cats player have a coin?
I can't do
in his
much.
hand? Will we see
With no
Purple
tea,
make a
it's just
coin? This is
nothing I
a
can do.
impossible choice for the Harrier, I feel like.
Yeah.
Without a
I'd wanna
T as
craft
well.
for you right now.
I would say the Alliance is...
like literally.
I don't know. I think they both can do it on their turn.
This-
I just don't know.
And
It's a rock and a hard place. It sucks both ways.
this.
Oh, we're seeing 2 swords and the crossbow refreshed. That's looking like a cat attack.
I don't even think taking this sawmill matters.
Yeah, if he's going to slip and attack the Cats, I
should
think you got
refresh
to take
a
out the
torch
Crafters.
and go and slip and glide to one of their bases, to one of Woodland Alliance's bases.
Well, what about that yellow clearing of the Cats there, just to get the recruiters off the table? If he gets coins this turn, next turn he could have enough to finish building.
Yes, the workshops that
We
have the
can work
crafting
on that
power.
next turn.
That's true, we could. Also, he has coins you could take from him.
Yeah, I have to give a card though.
True, that's true.
Yeah, tough choice for BotBot here.
I think I'll just have to slip here.
Yeah, just go for the
I think
cardboard.
this is all for nothing, but and then I will flip this to remove that cat,
Okay, go for it.
and then I'll flip a sword to battle the cats.
Go for it.
Oh, so that's 3 points.
Almost a 0-0, which would have been very sad.
Actually, it almost would have been better because you could just battle the other building again and maximize your infamy points. You would have gotten 4 points instead of 3.
That's an excellent point.
And I might as well battle the sympathy as well.
Ooh.
I don't think battling the sympathy is correct here.
Yeah, I'm with RedsToad on this.
We're both like,
Oh, next one gives a 4 VP and not 3. Oh.
neither clearing has martial law. I mean,
It's one less point. So I see what you're saying. I go down to 3. But you guys have 3.
I mean, Burn of the Cantankerous, it's too late. The Harrier is not removing a base.
That one that
So the decision has been made.
completely empty, and I don't like that.
Right.
Kind of my own
It
fault.
cost me.
if the Cats have a bird card, I still think they could probably pull
cards
it
right
out.
now anyway.
Well, I will battle that sympathy. Do you want to ambush?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see any world where you protect that sympathy.
Yeah, no need.
And then I'll draw 1 card.
Oh, what a card.
Hopefully that wasn't a bird.
Dead silence.
It was-
I'm gonna swap meat with Alliance.
Sea Coyote offering some suggestion to hit the moles here.
I think it would have been doing it for points, just like opportunistically. Which isn't the worst when you're in this position as Harrier with that extra battle you don't need. I would have liked it more than removing the sympathy. But certainly you don't need to do it to police the moles.
I get a wood at each sawmill. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, big moment for the Cats. Coin craft has been prevented, if they even had coins.
But 6 wood on the table.
I think they might need 2 bird cards here, honestly. Now that the moles took out their clearing over to the right, they may need to rebuild one of those. Actually, I don't know how they close it out.
Katara in chat is saying March mill, overwork, mill, battle.
We are going to move
March and just battle the tunnel? Like, I'm not sure if not building this turn is the right idea.
No, I
You've
think
gotta set up
I think the mills are
martial
the
law.
sawmills. So March, build a sawmill, overwork, build a sawmill, battle, a sympathy
yes,
or
of
something
course.
like that.
Yeah. So right, the last two sawmills are obviously quite valuable, 4 and 5 points. So that would get them to 29. And if they can roll well, they can take out that tunnel. Or just use the march to move into sympathy as well. Could be even easier.
We're not seeing any bird cards spent for actions yet, which is making me nervous that purple doesn't have any.
Right.
And we're gonna build twice. So 1, 2, 3 for a sawmill.
Just going for sawmill recruiter.
4.
It seems like.
And 1, 2 for a recruiter.
Okay.
So that's me 2. Then
So this does make the job for the Woodland Alliance a little bit tougher, but
2 cards. Discard a card.
they just didn't have the bird card.
And pass.
All right, does Wooden Alliance have it?
They would need a fat stack of birds
Very
in
nice
that
move
supporter.
with the 3 cats.
Yeah, just creating some martial law, making it
Had to be done.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, slowed me down.
only possible to spread sympathy one time.
Do you have it this turn?
Most definitely not.
Most likely.
I'm very
Most
stuck
likely.
with the clearings and my supporters and the 3 per.
Mike's saying he doesn't have it.
And 4 now. Wish I could
Yeah.
rent those boats from the moles.
The problem with spreading to the south rabbit clearing is that that's where you want to move and organize in.
Right.
So it doesn't really help you too much to be able to spread sympathy there. You want to spread sympathy north as quick as possible.
Okay, I'll just start by spreading sympathy.
If the cats get another turn, it's over. So I think Mike is under some pressure here to make it happen.
Yeah. Of course, there's a world where Mike going after purple, the table polices cats and allows Wooden Alliance to slip through.
True. Although with the Harrier in play, that base is looking pretty vulnerable as well.
It's true.
So,
It's true.
and remember, Harrier goes last. So if we see the Duchy, for
G.
example, really put the
fabled
hurt on the
G.
cats, Harrier might say,
Yeah, so
great, I'm off in a different direction now. Okay, they are going to spread to the south. I mean, they're kind of taking away a clearing that they could easily move and organize in.
Maybe they
And
make it
spending all
up.
those supporters.
Maybe they make it up in the Fox clearing and like recruit, move, organize,
If Rothbot
organize.
didn't take out that one.
recruit, and that's too many actions.
Would have revolted there.
Don't you have
Again, 11 points on one turn is never
Yeah,
bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Really depends on the hand now. I could see a situation where the Woodland Alliance gets to like 28 points.
Yeah.
I'm just stuck.
That warrior
Wow.
in that central Fox clearing is still so awkward. It would help the Wooden Alliance's game so much if it was hanging out at the Fox base right now.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Because, right, if they move and organize twice from that Fox base,
It's undefended.
well, they could
Okay,
leave
to
one warrior
daylight.
there. Oh, no, they don't have a second to do the second move. Yeah, it'd be undefended. Not a good situation.
I think.
I just think the maths are not working out quite the way the Alliance wanted them
I think I'm
to.
just gonna mobilize 3.
Yeah, those are not the actions of someone who has it. Those need to be crafts if Wooden
Yeah,
Alliance is going to pull it
seriously.
off.
Seriously.
And then I have 5 actions.
Soup kitchen.
I think we've yet to have a game where Soup Kitchens was crafted and that player didn't win. So,
Huh?
eh? Hey, Joe Blue.
Recruit twice.
Soup Kitchens, OP, confirmed. Yeah, we should point out as well that this map is actually -1 fox clearing for the Woodland Alliance due to the presence of the keep.
Yeah, and
so
they're
much
feeling
like
it.
The Corvids, they are struggling with the RNG of getting fox supporters, it would seem like.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to point out, Granatap.
Sorry, I'm just counting out some actions here.
Yeah, Amanda Applesauce. This game has been awesome.
It has. We've had such a strong showing of games this weekend. It has been thrilling.
It really feels like this one just started. Now it's close to over.
I mean, we've only been here for hour 15, really. If we were sitting at the holding screen for 10 minutes.
Can't recruit again.
Here's my question for you. How do you feel about the Harriers' chances at all in this game?
Organize.
From the start?
I think there was a world where Harrier had a chance. I think it would have required getting a T earlier on and/or just a much slower paced game. In general.
The lack of T was just a killer. Just a killer. I mean, because a pretty good set of items, right? A couple of swords, a couple of boots, 2 crossbows.
Yeah, I mean, a nice little repertoire of stuff, just not the actions to take with them without the refreshes.
And
every single ambush in this game is now yours.
Just not the right rolls to take out the keep as well.
Right. We shouldn't forget that. That
was a huge moment.
So
yeah.
Warriors go into the burrow.
Because that would have been a number of points for the Harrier. Like, not, game winning, but it would have been a nice little bump.
A definite reset for the Cats. Then I think the attention may have shifted to more of the Alliance and Duchy.
Yeah.
But Cats were able to just barely avoid getting destroyed at the keep.
2, 3.
It was a 0-0 and a 1-0 roll.
Yep. Which was exactly what it needed to be.
But they are disconnected.
Clutch dice right there, keeping the Cats competitive.
But that's easy enough to fix.
Yeah,
moves.
Yep.
So, like, if you crash the keep, makes it more possible.
Yeah, Polyp Sound. I think Desperate Infamy has had a lot of subtle indirect effects, and one of them is certainly the importance of T for the Vagabond. Just due to the Vagabond's need to do more actions like aiding and questing, which can be very action expensive compared to Infamy.
But I think the keep is a bit of a tall task for me.
And this is just what we were saying, Guerric. If the moles are able to check the Cats hard enough, we may see the Harrier switch their focus to the Alliance for a turn. But this really will depend on what the moles decide is kind of the best position here. Do you think going after the sawmills at the keep is?
I think your 4 moles on the right side.
I think it's
goal here.
It's pretty much the only shot you have. I feel like you've got that nice little army next door, and an even better army if you're willing to make 2 moves. And it, with some decent rolls, and Cats not having the right cards, it could work out, and it would.
Yeah, I'm just looking over there at a very full Cat hand.
Yeah,
just feeling that despair set in a little bit from the moles.
Then you burn the keep.
No, I mean it's a long shot, but it's maybe the only shot.
Which also grants fewer points, which is another big piece of it.
All right, this probably is the turn where I have to go for the keep, so...
All right.
But I assume I can trust you to go for the Alliance.
Yeah, and we are seeing this kind of temporary underdog alliance take shape.
I think that's exactly what needs to happen. I think Reds is in exactly the right spot to be making this argument.
Like 23 points alliance is way too far.
I mean, we might get an extra round out of it, but I don't think.
And don't underestimate that extra round. That might actually be great for the Harrier.
Yeah.
To 4 cards to drop 1 supporter, basically.
I mean, like, I don't see how you don't have a 7-point turn.
Yeah, I'd have to put 2 down. You're right.
Talking about the alliance, of course.
Yeah.
2 sympathy left, both worth 4 points.
Problem is
looks like a
this
decently
one's
easy time
really
getting that sympathy out
annoying
there.
now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any world where Wooden Alliance doesn't pull it out on their turn, unless they get a base removed.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot allow a yeah, I battle. I cannot allow a revolt there.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
but
yeah, I battle this. Do you ambush?
There's a mouse on the other side too.
I know, but like that at least has only a tunnel and not 2 buildings, for which I will have to pay price of failures.
I think moles are.
My next turn.
That's not really.
I think moles are getting caught up in the defensive play, protecting their buildings.
Yeah,
a bit of mole
2
myopia,
points
maybe.
versus 1 point.
I mean, while it's not wrong to want to protect those, at the same time, they're not worth protecting if the game ends. So.
Oh, that's even 3 points versus 1 point, and yeah, that's a really easy spread, definitely. Yeah, I have to battle this. So, action 1 battle. Do you ambush?
I don't think ambushing you helps me in any way.
He should hang on to the ambush for the cats, most likely. So
Yeah.
I would say.
Leaving this.
Yeah, there's no reason to use that ambush right now.
Next turn, so I have to take it out.
Those 2 cats in the south and that fox clearing are looking very hungrily at that printing press.
Me. They probably just want to win next turn. No ambush. You can take that one.
Yeah, Amanda Applesauce, that's actually a good
So I have
point.
to give you a
If the
card
cats
slot,
just
I
win
don't
on their
have to-
turn,
Right.
the Woodland Alliance wouldn't,
get a peek at your
even have
hand.
to worry about a base, and the moles wouldn't even have to worry about losing their stuff.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what I was saying. Like, if the game ends, that removing that sympathy doesn't matter.
That's a great looking hand. A lot of tea in there.
So you really kind of needed to go after
Yeah, whole
the
0
keep.
T.
And just hope Wooden Alliance somehow wouldn't
all
revolt
the
there,
cards I'd
or
suggest.
hope they would agree not to or
All the
something.
4 T's in the deck aren't there.
If the cats do pull it off, that would be a
That'd be
seat 1 victory, which I think has been a bit
That might
rare,
be
right?
this, remember?
Yeah, I think right now seats 2 and 3 have the highest win rate, with seats 1 and 4 trailing behind. So it's always exciting to see those seats even out a bit, particularly for cats
Yeah.
who have only had 1 win coming into this game.
In the bank.
What if you moved your 4 from your burrow to that right mouse clearing again?
I'm planning to do that.
Let's see, what are the seats?
But-
Okay, I'm just thinking he could move all of his cats to that mouse, and then he'd have rule and would be able to just build anything there.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I understand. I am about to
Lily
go
with
attack the
the
cats,
Ch-
but
stats in the chat.
There it is. Thank you, Lily.
I'm still thinking because my
10%,
second
30%,
faction
40%,
is more flexible
20%.
than my lords.
Right.
Yeah, so Solomon, I'm looking forward to the Lizard win as well. I don't see any world where Lizards don't get a win this tournament, which means we'll see every faction winning
So I think
at least
I take
once.
Second action. Still not exactly sure what to do. Is it a move? I think it's a move to allow me to get 4 battles. That's weird, but sure. I guess that can work.
I mean, he can just build in the top left mouse as well. He has too many options here.
Yeah,
I
cats are
mean,
in such a good spot because of their
Only
warrior
issue.
counts.
It's
If
Yeah.
only this is left.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Cats have played a great game, and they have earned this
So,
position,
4 warriors.
and it looks like it's going to pay off,
You
but
can
we'll
get
see.
another card. I think you remember that I have no mice.
That's correct.
This really does change the math on the sympathy, though.
Okay.
That is a big
that
stack of
was 2
supporters.
actions.
Wow. Looks like I got 9 supporters hanging out there.
Okay, so now, using Marshall, I may take a move.
Leaving any warriors behind? Let's see.
Can I move 5 guys? I think I have to move it like at least 6. Sure. There is already sympathy there. This is interesting.
Maybe trying to calculate if the
How
cats
many
can use a
warriors do
march
you guys
action
think I
to
should move?
reconnect the wood.
Yeah.
From where to where?
They definitely have
Well,
enough.
This mouse
so
into the
it's
keep.
Really more of a
Because-
military
because
consideration.
that gives it
Bring the
immediate access to
Number
the
of troops you
streaming.
need.
Well, but he still has rule of this, so yeah,
He'd only have 1 wood coming in on that fox.
yeah, makes sense. Okay, I move everyone.
Okay.
Okay, that was martial move. Now Brigadier, 2 battles. Battle 1. Fox.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Seeing an ambush? No ambush.
Ooh, bad roll though.
1-1. I mean,
Bell 2. Same
cats
place.
want to hang on to every warrior they can, but if they only have one card, then they should wait. 0. Oh no.
Mayor can copy Brigadier, so now I get 2 more bells. Bell 1. Same place.
This one I will ambush on.
Yep, makes sense.
Okay, using the ambush now.
Ambush seems a little desperate. I don't know that it's making a difference.
3-2.
Okay, so I lose 2 of them.
Yeah, I would have rather
a
seen that
cardboard in the
ambush
process.
be a field hospital earlier or something.
Those cats.
Don't forget your point.
Yeah, I remember. Still quite a lot of things to move. Alright, then
Okay,
Bell 2, still same place.
Go for
Go
it.
hospital.
A 3
Oh, come on.
and a
Another
0.
3. Wow.
I mean, that's got to be keep, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Unless they have another fox in hand, but yeah, the cats are in a desperate place. I don't know if they can pull it out.
But
They'll have 3 wood.
no, that's stupid. Wow.
Oh, they're losing the keep instead of that. Oh, no.
I kind of supported the keep because the keep. I mean, the keep has provided its use. You need that wood for the actual close.
That was
You know.
all my lord's action. I think I will
I
just
suppose so.
reveal 4 cards.
Wow.
Whoops, don't stack.
Potential galaxy
I
brain
am
play of
in
just saying
3 bunnies and a fox.
the Woodland Alliance can't spread there
So
with
I
all their
can
fox supporters.
sway.
Oh, you know
If the
that's
keep lives.
that's actually a great point. That's a great point.
Good question. Who? I mean, just
So a
probably
couple of
does.
whiffs and then some major rolls from the duchy.
Yeah, that worked out pretty nicely.
that gets me
Better,
3 points.
a little better than I expected,
I
given
take
those first
these
couple
cards
rolls.
back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Solomon. Well, you're not wrong.
No, I
Base deck
won't.
also has favors, and favors will just
Nothing,
wreck
so
a lizard's
draw
game
2
every
cards.
time. Every time.
And I discard 1 of them.
Take a look at the
Sure, I will
cat
discard the
distribution
visiting
here.
friends.
There's actually no way
No visiting
to
friends allowed.
regain rule of both of those clearings to the right, given the number of cats. However, what you could do is actually take the cats in the center and move them into
Bob, are you
Texas
gonna come
Yep.
after
and
me,
establish the
friend?
chain using the top left corner.
Yeah.
So
Did
they
that
don't have it
stop
one way,
cats,
they may
though?
have it the other way.
Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily lights out for cats.
I don't think you like.
Because there's 2 wood here.
But I think the table has to probably hope that it is and curb
There's
Wooden
really
Alliance anyway.
4 wood, and really there's no issue getting all that wood to the clearing that's needed, whether it be here or here.
Bob is correct in
or
terms of this movement,
I think
but
top
I don't
left
know.
is the next best.
Or wood gives them.
Let's see if the cats
Yeah,
can
that
do it on
gives
their
them
turn.
3 workshops, which is 4 points.
Really, that's the spot right there. Like you march all these cats over here, and then you can move 1 cat.
If they have a
over
bird
here,
card still in
and then
hand,
all the wood
they
can
may
get
be able
there.
to do it.
They
Don't tell them how to win, though.
I did forget to teach them the Waterman rule before the game.
3 builds to win.
No need to help your opponents win, you guys. Okay.
3
Here's the thing, though. Remember, that
Yeah, 3
workshop is worth
workshops.
2 points for 1 wood.
Yeah, but you have to get through the 0 cost
Probably 2
first.
builds to win.
That's the thing, is you just need the extra
4
build
points, though.
action in
They
order
need
to
4
get there.
points. And they
So-
got 4 wood, so
Oh, that'd be the cheapest way. I see what you're saying.
1 march
Is that the
and
number?
3
Okay,
builds will
then
definitely do
4
it.
points.
That's a lot of actions, though.
Yeah, the action is the.
It's
part
really
that
coming
we can
down
have
to
the
a
most
razor
impact
thin
on.
margin here.
But they can
Mhm.
also overwork those sawmills for more wood.
I think the actions right now are the problem. And not the
Alright.
wood count.
I'm going to exhaust or refresh this hammer, crossbow, and the sword.
Yes, Katari, of course, you can just
Not slipping.
have a mass exodus of cats from that central fox clearing to the right and establish
no,
rule
That's
that
I
away.
don't need the hammer then. Sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
realize there was
the
a-
board is too open. The cats can access the
gone.
building slots they need. It's
I mean, if they
just a
gotta go
matter of
into
if they
my spaces,
have the
they're gonna
action
spend
economy
up
to do
their
it.
cards.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Which is why I think the table needs to bank on cats just not having that action economy. and curb Wooden Alliance because
An interesting thing.
it's either king make Wooden Alliance or gamble and buy a turn. You know.
For the alliance.
Yeah, I think that's if cats don't win, that's what they have to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so right, they're pointing out that if the cats
Cats
can't
don't like
just
fighting.
build it out and win, then they have to spend their turn
See, it's
trying
the
to
friendliest
obstruct
cat.
the alliance as much as
All right,
possible.
so I refreshed.
I will say,
3
Guerric, this
items. I'm
tournament
gonna
situation,
stick
it's
to
so
that
tense
move.
that I think it would be
Um,
tempting to make an error with the cats and do this thing that I've seen a bunch,
And then
which
I
is
will go ahead and
take your first action,
crossbow one of
reposition
these
all your cats,
Okay.
and then forget that there's sympathy and outrage and have to cough up a bird
and
card
then
out
I
of
will
your hand.
battle
Yeah.
the cats here.
Always spend those bird cards first
Yep.
for the additional actions.
So important that you spend them before you do anything.
2.
Oh,
So
taking
one
out the
point.
cats in that rabbit clearing, that is... Oh, and field hospitals.
And then I will battle again.
Okay.
Go for it.
We do see that cats did have those coins though, so
Okay.
I guess it's a good thing the table.
Yeah.
3 points.
They were hanging on to it.
Yeah.
For the 3 points for Harrier. I think this might close the door
And both
on
of
an
those swords
easy
should be exhausted.
Cats victory. There might be
and-
just too many actions.
I think the table is relying on cats now to police the Wooden Alliance, but I don't know that cats are really able to.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
This is now a pretty tough position. They have to reconnect the wood supply,
You just have a recruiter.
figure
on the
out
wrong
what
spot
to
on the
build,
board. I don't
where
know
to
if you
build
care,
it,
but
and
just
not
a
give
heads
up too many supporters. I would say nearly impossible. I mean, maybe they should have left the sawmill.
I mean, I guess you overwork the sawmill in Fox, build a sawmill there, and battle a sympathy token.
All right, well, I'm gonna swap meat with the WA.
That's 3 points.
It's 3 points.
You got all my good cards last turn.
I need another.
I don't know where the 4th comes from.
Yeah.
Believable.
Build, battle.
Get a wood at each sawmill.
In order to battle again, you need to march. So now it's 2
Let's see
birds.
here.
Yeah, demonic. They lost a recruiter, so the build points aren't adding up.
Just spend this to get the action.
Ooh, we have the bird
You
card.
did hang on to a
That's
bird
one
card.
card.
Wow.
He
Yeah,
just
the
took
best-
that from me.
He got it from swap meet.
So unfortunate.
To overwork,
Ooh,
He might win.
ooh.
we are going to.
Have cats won this tournament?
Yes, they have.
Yes, they
Was there
won
two
one game
existing woods already?
this weekend.
No,
There
I
was one.
overworked. There was one.
That's right.
Ah.
That's right.
Second action is move there and wait, no, I need to take more cat. Take all the cat. Move
All right, we are
there.
seeing Katare from the chat's idea.
You have to give the
Um,
cards, so
Wait, hang on,
Moving
I'm just
east,
thinking
moving
to do
north?
that.
yeah.
Purple has to do this right.
Yeah, take your time, Purple. It's been a fast game so far. Can spend a little extra time in the end game here.
Yep.
So the path here is
I mean,
building
yeah,
twice,
I can
right?
just do
One
this.
sawmill, one recruiter.
Move there
The extra action was an overwork.
for
Yep.
one.
I'm okay to take a card from the
Okay,
deck.
go for it.
Okay, the card has
there
been
for
taken. There is
two.
no going back.
Then
And
I
then you
have
just build
to
twice?
use wood because I will here to go to
All
sawmill.
right, building that sawmill for 2 points.
2 points.
And
this wood
that's
from up
gonna be
here.
it.
Go to-
Wow,
Wow.
great job from Purple Potato, taking game number 21.
Great
Good
play.
game.
Good game.
Coconut
Very
tank. Yes,
impressive.
the birds can be discarded beforehand. That was a change starting with 3rd printing.
That ambush card.
I don't.
Let me
I
pay the
don't know, I think I
people.
still would have been close because I had the point down here, so I really only needed.
Oh yeah, that is a 3 point.
Wow, what a finish.
So
what was
impressed.
the rest of your hand?
Love to
like?
see
'Cause
a
you said
Cats win.
you jokingly
Classic,
said you drew all the ambushes. So did you
underdog
have more than one
faction.
bird card, or was that your only?
And really,
I had one
I
bird card, but that was the only ambush.
feel like that was a clean game from the
I
Cats.
just needed.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, they played it right from the start. It was just good play.
That was a really good choice then.
Yeah, they may have missed a build on one of the turns, but I felt like the way that things shook out, they were able to kind of throw the scent off for long enough to get pretty entrenched in that Even with some hard checks at the
overall, I
end,
think,
not
like,
enough
last
to overcome that
3
engine.
or turns,
Yeah.
I really wanted to go for mouse dominance because I.
That's what moles were setting up for.
Wow, Desperado
I did not
dominance play
draw
from
a
the moles
single
would have been
mouse card
amazing
or
to see.
bird cards.
That would have been pretty cool.
All right,
We
well,
gotta tip our hat to Mike as well for a Woodland Alliance game for the history books. That was pretty excellent.
it was. I mean, that was a great game all around. Moles and Harrier lost a step, but I think it was still solid play from everyone. It was really exciting.
Yeah. 8 rounds, by the way.
Yes, that's also what I had. So
It's like maybe not the winning play. It would be cool to just go for dominance and try.
all right, well, let me go congratulate them and shut this stream down.
Until
We awkwardly wait until Guerric comes back in.
Yes, I'm here right now. Good game, everyone. Great game. That was really entertaining, and congratulations to Purple for that excellent finish. That was great, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you for hosting us.
Thank you for playing. Thank you, Waterman, for commentating with me. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Players, we'll see all of you in round 2. And everyone watching, we will see you tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for our last game of the weekend. So thanks, everyone. See y'all later.
The giant monkey.